This backwardation is showing you that some of the biggest traders in the world are offsides, and they're freaking out because in 8 days, the rubber or the silver meets the paper, or the rubber meets the road. You're going to have to come up with the silver. They're trying to manage it. This will not be an easy ride. And, you know, maybe his perspective is like mine. I remember 2011, it hit 50 like that, and bang, it never came back. But the resiliency of this market is unlike anything I've seen in 36 years. So it's interesting. Right now, gold is in Contango. Contango is a normal market function where the spot price is less than the futures price. Typically, when you're talking about any futures commodity price, you're paying for the storage, the interest expense, the cost of money. The further out you go, the higher the cost. So, you know, you go out 2 years and the spot price may be 4,500. 4,600, whatever. The further out you go, the higher the price should be. That's normal. On the 28th of this month, in 9 days, those who hold long contracts have to declare. Well, not they don't have to, but they typically do on that first day. Declare if they are going to roll it, cash it, or stand for delivery, right? So as you get closer to the delivery date, that spread will narrow and narrow and narrow to it should get even with spot, right? What we see in silver is the opposite of that right now. It's a 26-cent backwardation. We're back in backwardation again, which we saw remedied briefly by 50 million ounces sent to London. And all of a sudden, within a few days, backwardation started to rear its head again. They basically plugged a gaping hole with bubble gum and baling wire. And a 26-cent backwardation in the spot price, futures price, this close to options futures expiration 9 days away, tells you that there's someone who wants silver right now, and there's tightness in the silver market. The leasing rates have come down, but last couple of weeks ago, they were as high as what, 100%, 200%, as we were $3 in backwardation. Speaking of extreme stress, now we're not there yet. The fact that we're almost at the declaration point and we're in a backwardation tells you that there are big people, and the December contract's a biggie because it's delivery for both gold and silver. The fact that the gold market is saying everything's okay, I guess, the silver market's saying not so much. There's not enough supply. There's more physical demand than there is bars to satisfy those contracts. I think it's going to get kind of interesting over the next 9-10 days. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be a huge delivery month.
Yeah, I think tonight, just because I know that you have a bunch of stuff to do, we're going to try and get through as many questions as we can.
You know me, that's impossible.
I know. Well, I'm going to.
Do you hear my dog? It's very distracting.
Well,
and not only do I hear her, I see her. She's between us right now.
I'll try not to hold her.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a block, but
She's an erotic
I'm seeing this because I know you don't have your glasses, so I'm going to read it. And Kathy wrote, "I just noticed Andy. Oh, I mean Walter. What does she mean by that?
I hate you. Honest to God, I may stab you when this is over.
You know, you can hire Tammy. She's been known
next time she pulls out the straight razor to cut your sideburns, I'm going to tell her to slip.
Cut a bitch. That's it. Well, Kathy wants to know that she said, I just noticed Andy. Oh, I mean, is somehow in two places at once, Liberty and Finance.
Yeah, well, I did that. I did that this afternoon. Yeah. He posted a little bit later.
Yeah, a little bit later.
I had a long day today. I did several. I was on a game show too.
Yeah, tell me about the game show. I want to hear about that because I tried to watch it live, but it wasn't.
It was basically a billionaire. He's blind. He set all sorts of records as an attorney, won all sorts of awards, started several companies, and two other contestants had to, in 3 minutes, do a sales pitch as to why they would want our product.
What were the other pitches?
One was an accountant.
Accountant? Can't you just go to Chat GPT to be an accountant?
He kind of messed up a bit.
Okay.
I don't know. The other two, whatever they were manufacturing and whatever.
Is it similar like a Shark Tank?
Kinda, yeah. You don't have a lot of time to really do much, which was tough for me, but it went well. It went very well.
3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Impossible.
I didn't get everything in that I wanted to.
Clearly you didn't.
But,
I mean,
you know,
I'm surprised you got one thing in.
Me too.
I'm surprised you got past the Miles Franklin.
My name is Andy.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I usually get. All right, fine. We'll go on to the next thing. JDF wants to know, what about platinum? What about platinum? I'm not sure what she means by what about platinum. But
it's a similar situation to silver. They're trading 3 million ounces of spot contracts a day.
Much more rare, though, than silver.
30 times than gold, 30 times more rare than gold at least. And they're trading 3 million ounces of spot deliverable contracts in London. And as Bruce Ikemoto, I'm butchering the hell out of Bruce's name. Sorry, Bruce. He is the head of the TOCOM in Japan, I believe. And he said, there is no platinum. And his words are loco, which means location, Zurich or London. There is no platinum. They're trading 3 million ounces a day. It has been in backwardation for, I don't know if it is now, but it's a metal that we've seen in backwardation before, meaning more physical demand than paper. It's a good play, but it's hard to find. The U.S. Mint hasn't made any platinum eagles in 3 years.
And when they did, it was like 37,000. It was minuscule. It was tiny. Let's go to Robert Hutchinson. He's got a good one here. Andy, can you please speak on China's not exporting silver, which we just spoke of, starting 12/1/25? Does that mean, what does this mean for pandas or others, I guess?
Well, pandas, it has nothing to do with that. That's pandas. They don't make a whole bunch of them anyway. What they're talking about is exporting silver that plugged a hole in the LBMA that is used for industrial applications. What you're seeing, in a sense, perhaps, is the beginning of nationalization of assets. And instead of sending them around the world to, to the UK, to Europe, to the United States, they might want to just decide, hey, we are the hub and engine of manufacturing at this point. Silver is needed in so many manufacturing capacities that we are better off keeping it at home. And under the right circumstance or the right price, we'll let some go. It is in retaliation to us calling it a critical mineral, and which it is. And I would think that will probably limit exports too, but it's not good for the supply. It's not good for the LBMA. It will exacerbate this entire issue. Like that. Did you learn a new word?
No, that's my word. Exacerbate?
Yours is masturbate.
I don't know if that's the proper forum for this show. It's a
mental
YouTube.
Masturbation.
It's a family show.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's been one of those days.
No.
But they will exacerbate.
Wait.
See, exacerbate.
Okay.
See, now you'll the Freudian flip.
That was like nuclear.
Yeah, it'll exacerbate the supply problem. And
it could go nuclear?
It could.
It could.
Nuclear,
right. Okay. But I do have a question for you. And this is, I mean, we're joking, but this is a serious question, most likely. So the gold eagle and the gold buffalo have the dollar currency struck on it of $50 US.
Right.
It's trading at, call it $4,000.
Yep.
Platinum trading at 1,500 ballpark, and it's got a dollar value struck on it of $100.
Right.
If the United States Mint continues and starts up again with the making of platinum coins, do you think that there's any chance
they won't
that we will start reverse?
It just goes to show the unusual anomaly where most of history, silver or platinum, has been much more highly valued than gold. I mean,
if you ever the platinum Rolex versus the gold Rolex,
platinum is the membership is even with Delta Airlines, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
The gold card, it's the green card, the gold card, the platinum card, the black card. Yeah. So I guess they'll never change the platinum status, although it's now 1/3.
It's because you have an environment where the COMEX controls the prices on things and creates artificial prices. And one of the things that I think you'll see, certainly, I don't know when, but in our lifetime, is the COMEX and the LBMA lose their role as the primary price setting mechanism of the world.
And do you think it will go to, it'll go to Shanghai?
Maybe Shanghai, maybe Dubai, maybe the BRICS,
Right.
maybe Moscow, maybe St. Petersburg. I don't know, but these are the countries that produce it, that accumulate it, that understand it.
I agree.
And most of these exchanges are cash and carry, where
Yeah.
we are a futures market that creates distortions through the naked suppression of paper prices.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the Shanghai,
You're wrong.
you have to actually, if you want to buy a futures contract,
You
you
have to
actually have to go there and deposit metal prior to you taking out a
Not
futures
only that,
contract.
when you buy the metal, the contract number is laser engraved on your bar. So it's 1-to-1, whereas, in the LBMA, we're 400-to-1 right now. There is no laser engraving, because if there were, everyone's contract, 400 of them would have the same number.
Right. And you know what they say in Italy on that?
What's that?
Fugazi.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Fugazi. So, John, I'm just going to take over on this one right here. So, Brian Kerr said silver went down again after that weird sideways thing. you know, I think that we're getting a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I think that everyone's anticipation needs to kind of just be held in check for a little bit, because we've made such an insane move this year in silver alone. We're up 70%. So, you know, we just literally went down from 53 and change, high 53s. They knocked us down to 45, 46. We came all the way back to over 54. And we're sitting right now in the spot market at, call it, just about $50.20. I mean, we're off 4 to 5%, roughly, maybe 7% or whatever, maybe 8%.
You got
from the
this
top.
backwardation is showing you that some of the biggest traders in the world are offsides, and they're freaking out because in 8 days, the rubber or the silver meets the paper, or the rubber meets the road. You're going to have to come up with the silver. They're trying to manage it. This will not be an easy ride. And, you know, maybe his perspective is like mine. I remember 2011, it hit 50 like that, and bang, it never came back. But the resiliency of this market is unlike anything I've seen in 36 years. It keeps coming back. And I think you just have to deal with volatility, and you have to have strong fingertips. Sometimes it's better just to shut the computer and go outside and don't look at it. And I know that's easy to say, or maybe it isn't, because I feel the same way, but you just have to deal with it. The bull wants to throw as many of you off its back as possible. The biggest money in the world is telling you, and now that silver is important, they're draining the world's exchanges and standing for delivery. But now the government has put policy as a national security measure underneath, as a floor underneath. Volatility is annoying unless you're a swing trader, but it's part of the game, and you have to deal with it or you're in the wrong asset.